When you think about Minecraft speedrunners, there's many names that may come to mind. Maybe you think of Illumina with his long presence and effect on the community. Maybe you think of Anabiyaki with his incredible, almost bot-like mechanics in SSG. There are many different runners that may come to mind, but as with every game with many renowned runners, some will get lost in the crowd. They can be amazing at the game, have some of the most mind-blowing accomplishments ever, but rarely sneak into anyone's mind when they think of the top speedrunners. So today, I thought I'd tell you a story of a man in this exact situation. A man who's a top time in almost every major category across the game. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of Ontricus. First, let's go back to the beginning. Ontricus started his speedrunning journey in 2018 when he speedran Portal for a couple weeks, then stopped for around a year. He then saw some pre-1.9 set seed glitchless runs in Minecraft. He wanted to speedrun it himself, so he started speedrunning again with that category, which had a world record at the time of 6:47 by Illumina. On the 22nd of April in 2019, he completed his first run with a time of 10:12. That was good enough for top 30 at the time, not bad for a first run. Over a period of 5 days, he lowered his personal best a few times until he got a 6:44. You might have noticed that this is faster than 10:12. Like, a lot faster. This time put him at second place on the leaderboard, which means within 5 days of completing his first run, he had second place in a major category. Something important to note here is that Minecraft speedrunning was not nearly as popular as it is now back then, but it was still at a size where joining the community and getting second place 5 days later was more than impressive. After getting a 322 in set seed glitched, he snagged a 643, 642, and finally a 609 in pre-1.9 SSG. This was second place again, and that's where Ontricus stopped with pre-1.9 set seed glitchless. 609 was a great time, and while he unfortunately never got the world record, his achievements in the category were still significant. On May 12th, he got a sub-31 second all logs world record, and then moved on to speedrun other games such as Refunked, Hard Levels at Geometry Dash, and Crossy Road. He wouldn't return to Minecraft until May 26th, 2020 with a 625 and 1.9 plus SSG. He then spent 1 month doing 1.14 set seed glitchless and claimed many world records along the way, finally ending with a 310 personal best on June 30th. Now I am skipping over a lot of stuff here, so if you want to know more about this period, check out my video on 1.9 plus SSG world record progression, which will be linked in the description. Ontricus then took a month-long break from speedrunning, and on the 11th of August completed his first 1.14 random seed glitchless run with a time of 32:15. This resulted in a 31st place position on the leaderboard, which out of 300 verified submissions was nothing to scoff at. 4 days later, he had brought his time to 25:51. So yeah, he's in 6th place now. Satisfied with that, he took on a new category in September, 1.16 plus SSG, and while his progress in 1.16 plus SSG occurred over a long period of time, he still ended up with a 236.1 on December 3rd, giving him a top 15 spot. He did a few all advancements runs in 1.14 and got the world record of 12 hours, 9 minutes, and 56 seconds. By this point, 1.16 RSG was getting a lot of popularity, and so he tried his hands at that, getting 2 sub-20s in January. With a 1912, he was top 60 in a category with 1.5 thousand verified submissions. He returned to SSG on Valentine's Day with a 229, and the next day reclaimed the 1.9 plus SSG world record with a 219 run, finally breaking the sub-220 barrier for the category. It was a great thing to finally reclaim the record after so long, but he wasn't done yet. On the 17th, he broke the sub 215 barrier with a 214. Now, let's stop for a second to talk about this run. If you watch this run, there is no mistakes. Not just very few, no mistakes. There are places where he could have gone faster, but no mistakes that many SSG runs even to this day have. This record also blew up. It has 82,500 views to this day, and in my opinion is one of my favorite SSG world records. This is also the record that got me into Minecraft speedrunning. If that video never got into my recommended, this channel, probably wouldn't exist today. Maybe this is a stretch, but I do put most of my gratitude on Ontricus' 214 for getting me into the speed games community. After this 214, he returned to 1.16 RSG, dropping his personal best down 1 minute at a time. By April, he had an astounding 16:14, good enough for 66th place. A week later, he got his first of many sub-15s, which was 27th on the leaderboard. And for a category as popular as 1.16 RSG, that's more than impressive. At this point, he stopped 1.16 RSG to go for combined RSG world record, which means having the fastest combined time across all three RSG categories. He started with 1.15 RSG, and on the 28th of April, he got a 1936. Now, in 1.15 RSG, a sub 20 is insane. He was now in 6th place in 1.15 RSG, which was good enough to switch to the third RSG category, pre-1.9. Pre-1.9 is the slowest RSG category, due to many factors, but mainly due to the method of acquiring ender pearls being slower and the end fight being slower on average. From May 3rd to May 8th, he lowered his time from 28:51 to 24:09. Sub 25 in pre-1.9 RSG is something most runners dream about rather than it being a reality. When he got this time, only 19 people had gotten a sub 25 pre-1.9 run. As far as combined RSG went, this was very acceptable. It was now time to get a better time for 1.16 RSG, so he returned to that, and PB'd on the 15th of May with a time of 13:58, breaking yet another minute barrier for himself. He kept going, and on June 14th he got a run. It wasn't exactly your normal RSG run, however. I think just saying what this record is enough to convey the insanity of this run. This is Ontricus' sub 30, all bosses, random seed glitchless speedrun. An all bosses speedrun is killing the Ender Dragon, Wither, and Elder Guardian, all of Minecraft's boss mobs, in one run. The Elder Guardian is rather easy to take care of, so it usually comes whenever the player can, with no specific timing. The Ender Dragon and Wither are defeated only a few seconds apart, as players will suffocate the Wither while killing the Ender Dragon. The Wither takes an absurd amount of luck to be able to create quickly though. The way you create the Wither is with 3 Wither Skulls and 4 Soul Sand, and while acquiring the Soul Sand is easy, the 3 Wither Skulls can only be obtained from killing Wither Skeletons in a Nether Fortress. Wither Skeletons have a 2.5% chance of dropping a skull when killed, and with the looting enchantment, that percentage is slightly increased. So without a looting sword, players usually have to kill over 150 skeletons on average to get 3 skulls. Obviously, for a speedrun this is too slow, so runners don't exactly reset for all bosses runs. The way these runs usually happen is when a player in a normal RSG run gets incredible Wither Skull drop rate luck. In this run, out of 5 Wither Skeletons Ontricus killed, 3 dropped skulls. If you just reread that number 30 times to make sure you weren't crazy, then we're in the same boat. The thing is though, he didn't notice when he got the first skull. This caused him to kill way more Wither Skeletons than he needed to kill, trying to get a 3rd skull when he didn't need it. This wasted a fair bit of time, but didn't kill the run by any means. He then played out the run like a normal RSG run until the end. He set up his 1 cycle, got into position, and after a pretty decent perch, 1 cycled the dragon. This wasn't the end though, as he still needed to kill the Wither. To suffocate the Wither, you need a certain setup under the bedrock fountain in the end. Most people don't exactly memorize this, as being put into a position like Ontricus's at this moment is more than rare. So you can't blame him, although it's extremely funny when he asks his friend in the call to help him figure out the setup in real time. After 40 seconds of setup, he spawns the Wither, killing it soon after. He goes back to the overworld via an end gateway portal, but the run still isn't over. He has to kill the Elder Guardian. He immediately crafts some doors so that he can breathe while he kills the Elder Guardian underwater. After about 2.5 minutes of traveling, he reaches an ocean monument. Now, it's crunch time. Using doors to protect himself and breathe while he kills the boss, Ontricus whacks away at the Guardian, and 37 seconds later, he had finished the run. A historic run, really. Just under 30 minutes. Ontricus had just beaten every single boss in Minecraft in under 30 minutes. Yeah, he could have saved time by noticing that first skull, but it doesn't really matter as he beat the world record by almost 10 minutes. This is one of my favorite runs Ontricus has done, and it's a great achievement that even to this day, only he can say he possesses. Ontricus moved on to a category extension afterwards, but it's so popular and it is a full game speedrun, so it might as well be called a full game category. Filtered Seed Glitchless. Filtered Seed Glitchless, or FSG, is a category that uses a filter to give you the best possible Minecraft RSG seeds. I'm talking completable ruined portals off spawn with looting 3 swords, instant fortress and bastion, godblind travel every time, and ocean exposed strongholds. On his very first day of running the category, he got a 7:01 time, which was 14th place on the leaderboards. On his first day. With a good FSG time under his belt, he returned to 1.16 RSG again. On July 16th, he shattered his personal best with a 12:16. This was a pretty interesting run, as he got less than a stack of pearls from the Bastion, as well as 14 obsidian from a blacksmith in the overworld. He had been hunting for this time for a long time, so it was relieving to get this. He took a break from Minecraft again to speedrun Portal and Refunked, where he would get top times in both. Portal and Refunked aren't exactly small communities either. Portal has 1.3 thousand verified runs, and Refunked has 1.5 thousand. He got 2 Pogloot SSG world records, aka normal SSG with perfect RNG as well as buffed loot tables, and then did more 1.16 RSG. He would get 1 sub 15 as well as 2 more sub 13 runs before doing Super Mario 64 16 star, getting an 1858 in that category. He then went to Minecraft Random Seed Glitched, getting 3 records in that category, ending with a 347. Despite how dormant glitched runs are, this run is still very impressive and optimized. Ontricus then moved on to 1.15 RSG again, and is now trying to get that world record. In the 2 weeks that he has been doing this category, he has gotten 4 sub 20s in 1.15. 4. He also got an incredible 840 first eye throw 4 days ago as of writing the script. He also got a PB of 1747, an outstanding 5th place on the leaderboards. He's not done yet though. He's getting closer and closer to that record every day. Ontricus is an interesting runner. He doesn't stream, he doesn't talk in MCSR Discord servers much, but he has a top time in almost every single category in Minecraft speedrunning. How many runners can you think of that have 3 sub 13, sub 25 1.8 RSG, 5 1.15 sub 20s, top FSG time on his first day, sub 30 all bosses, 9 SSG world records, top times in other big games, and sub 55 combined RSG? You can't think of many, I imagine. There are many runs that I didn't even mention in this video, so if you want to see those, check out and subscribe to Ontricus' YouTube channel in the description. You won't regret it. The main point I'm trying to drive home here is that there are many good runners in the game. Let's take my good friend Dolphin for an example. Dolphin is a good runner. He has 204 SSG, 1705 RSG, as well as other accomplishments. He's a good runner, no doubt. But does he have even one of the things Ontricus has, or even close to that? No, he doesn't. It takes a good runner to get a top time. It takes a great runner, an outstanding runner, a special runner, to accomplish all the things Ontricus has. Again, please, please, please make sure to subscribe to Ontricus. He has very little recognition and really deserves more, so make sure to support him and get his sub count near the 4 digits. And consider subscribing to me as well if you feel like it. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you want to help me reach that, it would mean a lot. That's all from me, and as always, have a good one.